Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Wednesday, November 20th, 2024, and these are your Unbiased Updates. A key meeting of the House Ethics Committee later today, how it might affect President-elect Trump's nomination of former Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. And splash landing, a nice liftoff for SpaceX's Starship, how the latest launch went with the President-elect looking on.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. These are today's Unbiased Updates.
Today, the bipartisan House Ethics Committee will convene in Washington, holding a meeting where it is expected the group will discuss whether to release a report on its investigation into former Congressman Matt Gaetz. He, of course, is President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General, a position that requires U.S. Senate approval. It is not yet known if the committee will be holding a vote on the matter. Since Gaetz resigned as a member of the House after Trump nominated him, the probe has ended, but there have been continued calls from both sides of the aisle to see the committee's findings. The Ethics Committee was looking into allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use against Gaetz. Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing, and a similar Justice Department investigation led to no charges. The DOJ found the accusers lacked credibility. However, on Tuesday, nearly 100 House Democrats came together to pen a letter urging the immediate release of the report. The letter, led by Illinois Democratic Congressman Sean Casten and sent to the committee chairman, read in part, "Given the seriousness of the charges against Representative Gaetz, withholding the findings of your investigation may jeopardize the Senate's ability to provide fully informed, constitutionally required advice and consent regarding this nomination. Representative Gaetz's abrupt resignation from Congress should not circumvent the Senate's ability to fulfill its constitutional responsibilities." As we have reported earlier, House Speaker Mike Johnson is against the public release of the report due to Gaetz no longer being a member of Congress. A Trump transition team official says the president-elect has been, quote, heavily working the phones to get Republican senators to support Matt Gaetz. While attending the latest SpaceX launch in Texas on Tuesday, Trump was asked by a reporter if he was reconsidering Gaetz as Attorney General. Trump responded, no. The Vice President-elect, J.D. Vance, will be at the Capitol today for meetings with Gaetz, key GOP senators, as well as Trump's pick for Secretary of State, former Fox News host, U.S. Army veteran Pete Hegseth, who is also facing scrutiny from members of Congress. This all comes as reports came out Tuesday that a hacker gained access to sworn testimony of two women involved in the Gaetz investigation, including the testimony of a woman who claimed Gaetz had sex with her when she was 17 years old, and another who says she witnessed the encounter. Reports say the information has not been made public by the hacker as of this recording. As for the latest picks for the incoming Trump administration, the president-elect selected billionaire Wall Street executive Howard Lutnick as his Commerce Secretary on Tuesday. The CEO of brokerage and investment firm Cantor Fitzgerald is currently serving as co-chair of Trump's transition team. Trump saying Lutnick will lead his tariff and trade agenda. Donald Trump also nominating Linda McMahon, the other co-chair on his transition team, to head the Department of Education. During the campaign, Trump called for the dismantling of the department. McMahon, the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, was the Small Business Services Secretary during Trump's first term. She has served 1 year on the Connecticut Board of Education. And Donald Trump also picked Dr. Mehmet Oz to head the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which lies within the Department of Health and Human Services. The heart surgeon turned television host will work closely with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's choice for health secretary. Oz unsuccessfully ran for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania in 2022, losing to Democratic Senator John Fetterman. Now to Tuesday's rocket launch. As President-elect Trump looked on from SpaceX's Starbase in Brownsville, Texas, the company, owned by his close ally Elon Musk, celebrated its sixth successful launch of its Starship rocket. But not every part of the plan went off without a hitch. After nailing it on the first try last month, the company aborted its highly anticipated booster catch attempt on Tuesday. Instead, spectators watched as the boosters splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico. However, the mission was overall a success. SpaceX also said Tuesday's test flight marked the first time Starship has successfully ignited one of its Raptor engines while in space, which would be necessary for returning to orbit. It was the latest test for the world's biggest and most powerful rocket, which SpaceX and NASA hope to use to get astronauts back to the moon and eventually Mars. As ceasefire talks to end the war in Gaza continue to stall, Israel estimates around 100 hostages remain in Hamas custody. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is offering a $5 million reward for anyone who returns a hostage and provide those who do with a safe passage out of Gaza. Netanyahu announced the reward proposal during a visit to Gaza on Tuesday, where he was shown the Israeli military corridor, a key access road and buffer zone constructed by Israel's army to dissect the northern part of Gaza from the southern part. At the same time, Netanyahu vowed Israel would hunt down and punish anyone who hurts a hostage. Of the 101 captives still estimated to remain in Gaza, about one-third of them are believed to be already dead. Desperate and heartbroken Israeli families have been waiting for word about their loved ones and if they are still alive for more than a year. NBC has been known for airing a number of spin-offs over decades. Remember Joey? But reports say it's about to be part of one of its own. According to multiple news outlets, Comcast is planning to spin off its NBC Universal cable networks into a separate company. The spin-off would include MSNBC, CNBC, USA, Oxygen, E, Sci-Fi, and the Golf Channel. Comcast's NBC Universal division would keep the cable network Bravo, the NBC Broadcast Network, its Peacock streaming service, and all other assets like NBC Sports and the Universal theme parks. Reports say the spin-off is expected to take about 1 year to complete, and an official announcement could come as early as today. Finally this morning, a record-breaking auction that will make you say that's one heck of an electric bill. Famous René Magritte painting L'Empire des Lumières, or Empire of Light, sold at auction Tuesday for $121 million, a record for the late Belgium surrealist artist. As one of the largest paintings in a succession of 27 works with the same title, the 1954 canvas is well known among 20th century art experts for its scale, pristine condition, and subtle details. Christie's auction house described the artwork as the crown jewel of its former owner. It had been expected to sell for around $95 million. The New York Times reports Magritte is now the 16th artist whose work broke the $100 million threshold. Those are your unbiased updates for Wednesday. We hope to see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.